Boy, this is so much nicer than city council meetings. Wow,
We
just
we
love it.
totally we totally
said it.
agree.
Melissa Gates, 1280 Rigby Road, 36608. We just got wind that the city wants to take over Moss. And as a resident that pretty well backs up to Big Creek Lake, it's Big Creek Lake and surrounding areas. So I have been on the phone with Senator Jack Williams, Rusty Glover, several others, trying to figure out what's going on because nobody knows. So we kind of feel like they might be a little sneaky about this. So I had a petition drawn up, and but in less than 22 hours, I got 341 signatures of people out Tanner Williams Way and a little bit into Sims, including the mayor of Sims who signed the petition. So I know y'all don't have anything to do with this. I'm assuming maybe you didn't know about it because so I'm just putting it out there that we don't know. We're concerned if the city takes this out, which we know they're going to, because we know that, the board is appointed by the city council and the mayor, so it's going to pass. I know what I've done is not going to stop that. But with the 341, had I had more time, I'm sure I probably could have tripled the numbers on these. There's not one person I spoke to that is in agreement with this because we don't want to be annexed into the city. And we feel like this is the starting of Tanner Williams community possibly getting annexed into Mobile, city of Mobile. So any thoughts on that?
I think the
Any
best
clarification?
the best of my understanding, and I understand what you're saying, is you don't want to eventually be, but I think what's happening right now is, which first of all, malls is essentially a department of the city. I mean, I know they're not, but they're in their board is appointed by the city council.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I think there's the best I understand, since you said nobody knows, I think I do, maybe.
Thank you.
Number one, I think there's a preliminary conversation with the mayor and his staff. I don't think it's written in stone. It may be, but there's no anticipation of taking in any residents that live in the surrounding area. The 9,000 acres that is being considered all is property that belongs to malls. And so I think their board, the malls board, is scheduled to meet today
Well, I'll be there
to vote
at 1:30.
on whether they agree with that or not. So if you ended up with a situation where the 9,000 acres is annexed into the city of Mobile, I think it has a lot to do with some zoning and things on malls' property. Any other residents that would be drawn into the city limits would have to be, for example, a subdivision or an individual who owns maybe a major part of property to agree or petition, or you would have to petition and agree to go, or it would be put on a ballot to be voted on. They can't just annex you without your agreement. They could not annex malls if malls' board didn't agree to it
Well, we know
without
malls don't
without
work with it.
voting.
They've been wanting this for a while.
If I may add,
Yeah.
Commissioner, and you're right, we found out about it when you did.
Right.
And of course, immediately picked up the phone, called the city to inquire about what their intentions were, what the map looked like, because we of course want to know, how does it impact the county? How does it impact our residents? And so had a meeting with Chief of Staff Barber and saw a preliminary map. I don't think that this wasn't anything that had even been presented to the city council at the time. It may have been by now, but our understanding was it included the area immediately around Big Creek Lake, the acreage that the commissioner was talking about, and it also included just a small area of residential below what I guess to the south of the lake. Is that right, Eddie? Is that correct what I'm saying? Which would require a referendum. So actually, Moz, owning all of that property, could sign in. They could sign to become part of the city of Mobile. That by that method. But I
Mhm.
think what they were intending to do is hold this referendum, which would bring that property as well as that small residential. It was just a contiguous, to be contiguous, with the Big Creek Lake property. So I think that was what was explained to us. I don't know exactly how many. It was not a large residential area. Eddie, do you recall how many? We didn't get anything in writing. This was
Right.
just a conversation we had. And so that, you know, what the city council plans to do or will do with that, I don't know. But the only thing we do know is because Moz has requested it, and we were told that it was to be able to protect the headwaters of Big Creek Lake because the county can't protect it. We don't have zoning laws like the city of Mobile where they could institute, once it becomes part of the city of Mobile, then zoning becomes applicable to that area. And so it was for protection purposes is what we were told.
So I'm understanding too that Sims has some property that surrounds Big Creek Lake that they could possibly have annexed into their city, so where they could protect that portion.
Right, as a
That might be a little
municipality, they have
easier.
the home rule that they can do that, whereas the county does not. We
Uh-huh.
don't have that authority.
So that seems like that might be a better
But,
solution.
that
But
I can
we're-
just relay what we
Yeah.
were told, and that's what we were told. And our attorney, of course, tells us that we really, as you already know, we're bystanders here. We
Correct, I
really
knew
don't
that,
have
I
a
know.
say in what happens once Moz agrees to it and the city council approves a referendum to go
Well,
forward.
I know I probably won't be listened to at Moss. I mean, who am I? I'm a retired dental hygienist that didn't take a vaccine that went political. So, but I know my community, Tanner Williams, does not want to be annexed in. And I don't know if they can somehow or another give us a guarantee that they're not coming after us too, because my land, some of my neighbors' land backs up to that. And from what I understand, like I said, just dental hygienist, retired dental hygienist, because the land is connected, they possibly can get annexed in. So I'm not an
I
attorney.
think it would
obviously,
require a
so-
referendum, and you guys would, inside of the area that they want, if where you guys live, it would require a referendum, and you guys would be allowed to vote. Just the people who live inside the area would be allowed to vote. I don't think there's any way that they could actually just come in and force you to be in the city without a
That's
referendum.
correct.
Okay. Well, my petition didn't say we were either for or against it. It just says we need more time to investigate. We have questions, and Moss or the city, somebody needs to come out to our community and tell us, hey, this is our plan. I mean, my road dead ends into Big Creek Lake, and we live in the county. We like our way of life. We don't want to be infringed upon. We kind of like less government.
I agree. I think
That's the reason why we like our
communication is the
county
key.
commissioners.
Like I said, we didn't even know till we saw it in the news. So definitely
Same
communication is the key. And I think, I would hope that the city would to move forward and provide all the information and answer questions for anybody that has concerns about what's about to transpire.
Well, unfortunately, I can't speak tomorrow because you have to sign up for that the week prior, and of course.
What
we
about
know
malls?
it then.
Are you gonna how did they allow you to sign up and speak today?
I
or-
don't see
their board?
because I didn't get this
No.
information until Friday.
Okay.
I was able to do the petition and then start spreading the word, and but I'm going to that meeting today, so we shall see if they will let
Right.
me say anything.
Probably get a
Any
lot-
agenda item that's on the council agenda that you don't have to sign up the week before. You can
I know
sign
y'all
up
are
the day of.
awesome. Seriously, this
Yeah,
is
we
so
invite
nice.
everybody to come down the day of and just sign up and speak.
It's awesome. Y'all are great. Yeah, I may not do city count. No, I'm still going to be
Probably
on their
get more.
side.
You probably get more information about Mall's intentions today at their meeting, I would imagine.
Yeah, but
I
I
would
can't speak
imagine.
on it till the next following week. But whatever.
You want to see the map, what they're proposing. I think that would be important to look at.
Thank y'all so
Thank
much
you.
for your time. I appreciate every one of y'all. Thank you.
Thank you, Missy.